Eileen, name the trail.
Long Trail.
What's the name?
Long Trailhead.
Long Trail Hole.
Head.
Long Trail Head.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain National Park, Colorado. How many miles?
6.4 to the lake.
6.4 to the lake. Here we go. Going at a pretty good pace. I would say we're about a halfway there. Yeah. All right, halfway up. Having a good time. The sun went in a little bit. It's cooled down about 15 degrees. Splashed some of the Rocky Mountain cold water on our faces and we're trailing along. It's a rocky trail, but it's become a bluebird day. Here we are, more than 3/4 of the way up towards Lawn Lake. The terrain changes every quarter. Beautiful. We've been following the river. Splashed cold water on our face. You've seen in the videos how beautiful it is. Now you can see the rock form that's above the timberline. And as you can see, we had all kinds of weather today. We thought we might get some thunder and lightning. Lightning being the fearful thing. And knowing how powerful it is, we have to take it very serious. But we thought the wind was blowing the right way. And that's where the answer was. And here we are. A bluebird day. Heading to Lawn Lake. Ciao. Well, we believe we're close to the lake. Beautiful terrain. They don't call it the Rocky Mountains for nothing. Lawn Lake, 0.6 miles. Woo! Tinkerbell's with us. Even closer. As you can see, the glaciers. Man, it's July. Up here, it's spring. Windy. Probably could hear it on my GoPro 7. Black. Woo-wee. You snowboarders could bring your snowboard up here and probably get some runs in. Actually, they say it just disintegrates. Well, my sister has taken me some beautiful places in Colorado. Let's see what Lawn Lake looks like. Oh, I see some of it now. I see someone's backpack. Look at the flowers. You mean somebody got here before us? Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Wow. Even though the GoPro 7 stabilizer is a phenomenal camera for this wide lens, you get the view similar to what I'm getting. But of course, you don't smell the air, you don't feel the same thing, but it's probably the next best thing than being here. I think I just stole an old commercial. An oldie but goodie. I'd like to think I'm the same. You too. Hey, to midlife and beyond. We're making our descent now from Lawn Lake. We stayed and had lunch, but we hear thunder in the background, and as they say, usually there's thunder, there's lightning. And one place you don't want to be in the Rocky Mountains, especially high up in the Rockies next to a lake with a lot of moisture, is lightning. So as you can see, my sister's much better than me descending than climbing. She can move, but it's a good thing. We aired out. We took most of our pictures on the way up, some videos, and so now we get to go down. We're getting down. It's good that you join us. You should try it out. A lot of information on the websites. There's some good hiking apps with some good information, and maybe you'll check out my YouTube and my website. And hopefully I can put something together and give you some more information. And by the way, I do believe in the GoPro 7. It's a stabilizer. I use it for skiing. Now I use it for hiking, but I don't use much of it. Pictures tell the story much better, but a little narrative is always good. And you get the feel of a hike. All right. Looks like the weather's clearing up. You missed it. We were almost charged by a moose. We were in the crossroads. He was coming up to the trail, and of course we were just following the trail down like we are now. And my sister Eileen was in front of me with her peripheral vision. She seen it. I turned, and at first I thought it was a bear, but then of course I saw the antlers, and it huffed coming towards us, and we had to run behind a big rock, and they have bad eyesight, so luckily he didn't know where we went, but he sensed we were around. So he moved up a little further. We were able to remove ourselves from the rock, back on the trail. Sat there for a little bit, just seeing if I can get a better picture, but I didn't want to chance it because that thing looked like it was ready to charge us, and he was not afraid of us. But anyway, we lived to talk about it. No one's being helicoptered off the mountain, thank God. But okay. Well, we're still on our descent from Lawn Lake. As I said earlier in the last reel, we had a moose encounter. As you might be able to hear, we're traveling down all the way to the camper with a bell, because we don't want any more surprises, especially bear. But we're pretty optimistic, but we're not taking any chances, because we just want this to be a successful day. And having that close encounter of the moose kind, a bull, huge. I do have a video on my phone, which I'll be implementing in this, or maybe I already have. So, we have Tinkerbell. Well, getting further on the descent from Lawn Lake. Colorado National Park is a beautiful setting. A lot of opportunities here. This is one of my favorite parts, excuse me, of the hike. A lot of pine trees, smooth terrain, and of course a lot cooler in the shade with a little breeze that comes up from that river that you've seen. So it's a total of more than 12 miles, approximately 6 miles up and 6 miles back. But it's not as easy as you think on the way down. It's different muscles, using a lot of your upper knee, quads, I guess they are. But it's a good workout. And we continue. Still on our descent. As you can see, the terrain changes as we get lower and lower altitude. Beautiful pine trees. As you can see, different rock formation. But the river's down there. You're all familiar with that. But it's pretty neat how you notice the change in the environment. So it's a long day, but every turn is different. When you get to different altitude, and especially when you're near a river and then come upon a lake, there's so much vegetation. It's like spring here, and it's, you know, mid-July. It's definitely cooler in the mountains during the summer. We're enjoying a beautiful day. Well, we're getting closer. Many miles today. Again, the terrain has changed as we get closer and closer to the base where we parked. I'm not sure if you could hear the river on the side of us. It would be to the right side. Beautiful sound. But there's so many different flowers along this route. A lot of roses back there. Took some pictures, which will show up. But there's another opening here. as we come just to another area unique to itself. And now we have aspen and more flowers. Again, we're along the river. It's a nice progression. The reds and the yellows. All right, we see the highway. Well, it's really not a highway. It's a pass to one of the main roads back to campsite. But it's a beautiful valley, as you can see. Soon the sun will go behind those mountains. And this last descent is a little bit rocky. It was a good test right from the very beginning. Lift those legs. But it's about, I would say, half a mile. So we're almost there. All right. Looks like we made it. Actually over 13 something miles. How many hours, Eileen? How many hours? 5?
Yeah.
Well, approximately 5 hours over 13 miles. It was a very good hike. We highly recommend it. Now we're going to get ourselves prepared for the ride back over the pass to our campsite and have a good dinner after we have a good shower. Rehydrate. Get ready for tomorrow. One Lake.